Hey there, Griever Gang. Welcome back to Griever Productions. We are here once again with... Now, hang on. I know in my comments of the last video, I was told how to pronounce the band's name. And I tried to find that comment, and I've forgotten. So I think I said EXO, I think I said EXO, ESHO. I can't remember, so please tell me in the comments below. Because I've completely forgotten again. And it's pretty typical of me, to be honest. I do apologize. Now, a lot of people were saying that this is something that I should really have a look at when I was saying that I really wanted to have a listen to their kind of harmony work. Because in the one that we looked at, the Killing Voice video, it didn't really have a lot of harmony work, as it was more a medley of like bits and pieces of songs that they had, rather than the full-blown numbers. Completely understandable, understand that logic entirely, and so I wanted to have a look at this one. Again, this is the most recommended thing to look at. I am very keen to have a look at this. This is the fan meeting B-side medley, which I am, very keen to look at. So before we get into this one, please do leave a like on the video. It really does help. We are on the road to 100,000 subscribers, nearly at the 20,000 mark. We're actually, by the time this goes up on YouTube, we should be at that mark. We're getting very, very close. Very, very close to that right now. And if you like the channel, at the end, there's more ways to help. So without any further ado, let's get into this with the B-side medley. All right, let's go.
멈춰버린 너와 나의 시계추 시선 넘어 화려해진 city view 거짓처럼.
Okay, I want to go back. I want to pull this apart a little bit, and I want to see if the closed captions are going to create.
화려해진 city view 거짓처럼.
Sorry, I haven't gone back far enough. Hang on.
멈춰버린 너와 나의 시계추 시선 넘어.
His vibrato is very interesting. There is a very subtle but very prominent in the same breath, which is a bit of an oxymoron, which is a bit strange, right? A bit strange to say, but it's really subtle. You've got to really listen for it, but it is really strong vibrato, almost mechanical in the way that it comes across because of how perfect it is. Na, 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 na. Like, have a listen to that again. And a lot of people might think that it's nerves, but it's too perfect to be nerves. If it was nerves, it'd be scattered and it would be weird. It would be like a little bit out of time, but his is perfectly in time, which is a very interesting skill. Very, very interesting.
너를 재촉하는 몸 잘라 끊겨버린 주먹.
Interesting. Okay, alright, let me have a listen to this again.
너를 재촉하는 몸 잘라 끊겨버린 주먹.
Beautiful. Interesting. His voice is, I love the tone of his voice. It has this very distinct... He has a very interesting control or command over the way that the voice works, and it's very kind of almost rock stylized, which is really nice. I'm kind of sensing a theme with this already, more so than I did with the other, in which all of them are going to have very different styles, basically, vocally. Whereas in the last one, they kind of came off a little bit as very similar, like very similar styled, but this may be different, and I'm very excited. There wasn't much there to go off, but... There's that harmony work people were talking about. Ooh, interesting key there. Like, interesting change. Also, I'd like to point out too, are they doing this in the round? Which what that means to be doing it in the round is you're on a stage in the center of the audience, and there's audience 360 degrees around. Because if they are, I think that's what I'm hearing. I think there's like an echo that's coming back into the microphones a little bit that I'm hearing. And when you're doing a show in the round, there's not much you can do about that. That's just what's going to happen if you're recording it. It's very difficult to record in the round because of the way that the sound works. Basically, you've got to have a speaker for all 360 degrees. The sound bounces, like, goes out, and then all bounces back in, and it all comes back to that center point, and you are the center point. Your microphone is the center point. It makes it very, very difficult. His voice, his voice is incredibly delicate, isn't it? Yeah, there's that harmony work you guys were all talking about. That's insane. Let's go. Very interesting. The fact that he's turned around has told me, yeah, they're in the round, which is, it's so difficult to do a show in the round, but it's, if you ever get the opportunity to do it, 100% do it, because there's so much you can learn, like how, from like a technical point of view. But I love that. That was really cool. I definitely see what people were saying, rather, about the harmony work with them for that, for these guys, that they just weren't doing it in that previous one because it was the parts of the song that were not, that didn't call for the harmony work, right? Good Lord, they've got some pipes on them. Seriously. I'm adoring these voices.
원래는 전화도 받지 마 조두자 또 마구 나눠도 잊을 필요도 없잖아 그대로 두자 걱정하니 너 괜찮아
You know what? I know that this is going to sound a bit funny to people, but this vibe of this song has a very heavy George Michael feel to it, around the kind of older / Patience era. There is a very interesting style to it. If you have a listen to the song "Spin the Wheel" by George Michael, and you took the tempo up a little bit, like made it a little bit faster, you'll hear what I mean. It's got a very similar vibe to it, and I love it. I love it. Also, can somebody explain to me why he's in a dinosaur onesie? Is that just a thing he does? Because that's funny. Because you've got some people in like suits, you've got some people in just button-up shirts, and you've got a dinosaur onesie.
욕심 정리됐어 입맛 좀 한번 됐어 나 같은 너 만나간 너 행운일지 약간일지 갈리지 두 갈릴게 yes. 꼭 잘못 삼킨 위스키 널 뜨겁게 더 뜨뜻하게 넌 만들게
못 배치하지 말란 걸더 즐겨 난 말했듯 아직 시작도 안 한 내게 더 밀고 날 당겨 바람 그 자신 넘쳐나 이렇게 내 시선은 외로움을 달래 난
Oh, I love that. I love that. Just that stop. Just that stop. Everything stops all at once, and then into the next song. These guys know their music, man. And can somebody tell me too? Do they write their own stuff? Is it like written for them and given to them, or do they have hands in it? That would be really nice to know, because because basically whoever is writing the music for them, whether it be them or somebody else, is definitely writing with a very specific style in mind, and that style works incredibly well for all of them. I think it's really good. I think it's really good.
오랜만이죠?
어떤 말도 너를 대신할 수 없는 걸
필요 없을걸?
보여낼 수 없는 잠깐 필요 없어 그저 너만 있으면
다른 어떤 것도
그래 너만 있으면
아찔한 너의 실루엣 넌 그림자마저 아름다워
날 미치게 만드는 더 작은 행동까지 다 살짝 머리
Oh, yeah.
저 섹시한 손짓 손짓 baby 손짓 내게 끌린 맘을 들킨 기다리는 손짓 baby 내 손짓
It goes like all the girls go
You could be my only star. You could be the moonlight. 이대로 우리 영원하자 forever.
Was that the gentleman that I said had that very unique? Unfortunately, like, I've gotten to this point and I'm hearing so many different voices, I'm struggling to remember who was who. I didn't realize there was two dragon onesies. Or dinosaur onesies. Dragons? Dinosaurs? They're not the same, but they look the same. Was this the gentleman I said at the start? I can't remember. Future Jim will remember. But again, that vibrato is incredible. It's just so nice. So nice.
Forever.
Girl you know you got me up 난 밀려 미쳐 뛰는 heart 그건 나의 더
Yeah 어딜 방황했어
찾아낸 빈보
Make me feel so 그 무엇도
너와 비교보자 거라고
우주 그 끝은 몰라도 신비한 일이야
Oh, that harmony.
You could be my only star. You could be the moonlight. 난 세상에 너 하나면 돼 forever.
Yeah, wow.
내게 달려가 어둠을 뚫고 미친 그 질주로 널 안을게. Let's make it forever. 사라지지 마. 이게 끝이 다시 이건 사라지지. Don't break my soul. 그 눈빛과 날 모든 것 다 forever.
Wow.
하나 더 갑니다.
영원히 날 사랑한다. 그리 말해도 너야. 내게 말해도 너야. 그 말이 날 맴도는데 너를 어떻게 놓아 널 baby. 아닌 걸 알지만 흔치 널 알지만 자꾸만 나 아직도 나 아직 떠나려 해도 똑같은 힘으로 난 널 해
interesting. There was some nice grit. There was some nice grit on that voice there to really belt those notes out. That was really well done.
또 대답 없는 메아리만 돌아와 계속 맴돌기만 해만 가져가는 나를 더 뒤로 한 채 네가 없는 이 우주를 떠돌까 두려워
I need to go back. I really loved that run there. Hang on.
네가 없는 이 우주를 떠돌까 두려워
Da, da, da. How do you do that? Da, 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 da. Da, da, da. Yeah, wow. Yeah, interesting approach. Interesting key that, like, it's kind of a key change that they do there that is not where I was expecting it musically to go. Fantastic, wonderful.
그렇게 널 보내고 온 밤 역시 밤새 뒤척이네 내가 이상한 놈인지 생각해 낯선 기분인데 수없이 혼자였던 날 익숙했던 그 공기 다
한순간 혹 밀어내 들어와 내 작은 밤 차지한 노란 전구빛 같아 날 덮이던
다 같이 불러줄 수 있어요? I think about it 24/7 미안해 보내다 졸리는지 않게
자, 더 크게
I think about it 24/7
Love the vibe.
기분을 떨쳐낼 수 없네 기라 뻔해 보인 너무 불신 왜 그런 것들도 웃어줬니 처음과 달리 변해버린 내 모습 오래도 참아줬지 난 아무것도 없어 눈물이 이제야 흘러 하루도 아니란 시간도 못 견디게 보고픈데
Yeah, that's where that harmony work is. That's insane.
Loneliness 밀려오는 날 막을 수 없는 새벽 이 파도 소리에 난 떠내려가는 중인걸 Oh no
내 기억은 돌아가 언젠가 너와 있던 곳에 Not far away no
시간이 갈수록 그리워 내 예쁜 손도 얕은 숨소리까지 Baby I hear you I feel you 볼 수가 없어도 날 들을 수 있어 눈을 감고서 세상 모든 소리 중에 너를 찾아내면 돼
I love how we missed captions for so long and now it's giving us a huge chunk.
난 네가 잘 지낸다는 그것만 확인해
안목으로 보는 너의 안부 그저마저 다 전한 후날 스쳐간 손들 속에 혹시나 지나칠지 모른 힘의 향수 호흡까지 이 바람은 왠지 널 지나쳐왔을지도 몰라 순간 멈춘 모든 게 꿈 같아 여전히 새하얀 안개 속에서 나는 길을 잃은 somebody
Somebody loves you 부디 이건 알아줘 yeah. 잡을 수가 없어도 잠시 좀 hold 돼
Wow. So as this is going, right, as this continues on, we've still got a little bit to go, right? I'm really intrigued by the stylistic choices, not only from the individual singers themselves, but from the songs. Like, so far, I can't say that one thing sounds like another of their stuff, right? Like, I made the reference before of one of them that had a very similar feel to "Spinning the Wheel" by George Michael, but that was, you know, comparing it with something entirely different. None of their songs in particular that I've heard in this thing can I go, oh, that sounds like another song they've already done here, or that sounds like a song that they did in the other video that I reacted to. So I had some things fall off my desk completely unprompted, and I have no idea how they fell off. I hope my studio's not haunted. But I'm loving the way that their voices handle this stuff, because there is so much going on with each of them. Giving each the time of day has been very difficult, because my only issue with reacting to groups like this that are like a bigger number of people is that I can go, all right, this really stood out to me. I'll miss something from somebody else that somebody, that an audience member will be like, oh no, but I really like that part. Yeah. This is my first reaction to it. I've missed that. But it doesn't mean that it's going under the radar or anything like that. They don't get the time they deserve in these reactions, and that's my only issue. My only issue with doing them. But so far, what I'm hearing are these 6 guys, and I know that there's more of them that aren't in this video currently. They are just brilliant at what they do. Like, the ones that have been doing rapping have been singing as well. Like, they swap roles. Depending on the song, they're swapping roles, essentially. If you think of it like a movie or like a stage play, they swap the roles as to who's telling the story. And they do it in such a way that doesn't just feel like, we're going to give you a line. We'll give you this line. We'll give you this line. We'll give you this line. Make it really robotic, right? It's a, hey, no, you take the lead in this one because, I don't know, maybe this particular person's voice suits this song better than the others do, which is a really good way to handle a group of guys like this, because then it doesn't get into a weird place of what tends to happen of ego, right? Where you've got one person that goes, no, I'm their lead singer. And I understand that that there is a gentleman that is listed as their lead vocal, and other groups have that as well. And I understand that. It's not a case of, okay, lead vocal getting all of the good parts, and then the others go by the wayside. It is a team effort. It is done as a team effort. And you can see that it is done as a team effort. And I really appreciate this, because if you go back to basically when I was a kid in the 90s, then you look at the bands that were going around that time, and it was your NSYNCs, your Backstreet Boys, a whole heap of stuff like that, right? But it even started with Wham. Like, to bring up George Michael again, right? Think about Wham for a minute. What's the other guy's name? I know it because I've done the whole history of Wham. The guy's name is Andrew Ridgeley, but nobody knew that, right? It saves that same thing happening when everyone's getting a go at being out front. And I think it's wonderful. I think it's really well done. And it's really good because I can't easily say that any one of their voices is better than any of the others. So it's definitely not a case of like a skill gap or anything like that. It's a case of their voices are different and are better suited in different areas. So if we're going to do this sort of style, we give it to this person. I think it's a really good way to do it, and I'm hoping that it remains where it currently is in a more positive light, where that continues to go on, rather than the negativity that happened around the time when I was a kid, where you had the egos, you know, coming out and, you know, eventually breaking away from their groups because they could have just done more without them. It's, you know what I mean. And you know who I'm referring to a lot of the time, I think.
빛으로 내게 단 목소리 입 맞추듯 몰래 너를 깨운 속삭임에 살며시 열리던 꿈을 담는 눈빛 날 기다린 듯이 넌 미소 지었지 yeah. 너의 곁에 가뿐히 앉아 인사를 건네 아름다웠던 그대로 돌아가려 해 어느새 힘이 되져가는 기억을 따라 오늘 밤 널 데려갈게 하얗게 빛난 별들이 가득 쏟아진 설레는 이 길을 함께 걸어가 눈동자에 선명히 비친 잠든 이 세상이 뜨기 전에 아무도 몰래
The control in that line there was absolutely superb. Have a listen to that again. This one. There was a flip between head voice and chest voice there that kind of went under the radar because of how well they did it. Perfectly, they were able to control their voice and not have that kind of clunky gear change sound that a lot of vocalists do. There was none of that. That was beautifully done.
점점 가까워지는 이 길 끝에 아주 오랜 기도가 닿은 그때 꿈꿔온 내일이 우리 앞에 환하게 밝아올 테니 눈부신 빛 햇살이 가득 쏟아져 환하게 빛난 너 아름다운
How beautiful is that, by the way? That just that setting with all the people with, I don't know if it's like those, what are they, glow sticks? Like the circular glow sticks, or what they are, right? But how beautiful is that?
함께 걷고 싶은 아름다운 밤
Wonderful.
Hello angel 그림 같아 하늘을 보면
자, 손머리 위로.
City street lights
오케이.
불이 꺼지고 달이 사라져 눈이 부신 걸 하늘이 떨어뜨린 별 그게 바로 너니까
웃음이 나와 왠지 매일 밤 눈을 감아도 잠이 안와 네 생각에 또 밤을 샜나 빛나는 네 미소가 숨쉬게 날 아마도 넌 그들게 다 날개를 숨기며 지낼걸 누가 봐도 넌
That's something that I absolutely love as well, and I'm going to go back here. I'm not much of a rap person, right? I've never really been that heavily into rap. I appreciate it for what it is. It's just never been the style that I have looked at and gone, yeah, that's, you know, I love that. I love that. But what I do love is the very few occasions in which I hear rap and there is a vocal harmony over it when usually rap is what we call atonal, which doesn't fall under, like, it usually doesn't have a note to it, right? It's more a spoken word thing. But in this particular case, it is tonal. They are doing it in almost like sung speech in a sort of sense, and it's possible for another person to harmonize over the top of it. So when it's done, I love it. I think it's a great effect.
웃음이 나와 왠지 매일 밤 눈을 감아도 잠이 안 와 네 생각에 또 밤을 새나 빛나는 네 미소가 숨쉬게 날 아마도 넌 뜨뜻이나 날개를 숨기며 지낼걸 누가 봐도 넌 나만의 천사 너와 함께면 날아갈 수 있어 나
너에게 저 하늘은 모든 것을 다 주고 나에게 이 세상은 너를 줄 거야 내 곁에 널 두고 하늘로 떠나게 너를 잡아둘래 너도 가둬둘래 나줄게 Hello angel 그림 같아 하늘을 보며 너만 보여
I think I've got a bias towards his voice. I think I've got a bias towards his voice. I love his control. It is pristine, the way that he controls it. And this gentleman does as well. But something about this voice. Something about his voice really gets me. Like, I love it. I love that voice. I think I found my bias within this group. Wow, that harmony. And go back, I want to hear that again.
자 마지막으로 제일 크게
그래 그게 너야
Fantastic.
잘한다
안녕
Wow, that's so good. That's so good. So here's the thing, right? And I mentioned it earlier, how the only issue that I have reacting to groups like this is that I can't give each individual member the respect that they deserve to kind of like stop through each and every line and go, yeah, this is what I love about this is what I love about this. Because there's so much going on and we'd be here for hours and hours. Again, as I was saying, for the entirety of that, what we have are, in this particular case, because I know that there are more members than this, right? What we have are 6 members that are incredibly talented, that I can't say any are particularly better than one another. They are all brilliant in their own ways. And I'd really like to hear what they do solo as well, so that I can get a better feel for them each individually. My only thing, and this isn't a criticism towards them by any means. I don't want this to sound like a criticism. My only thing is that I would like to see, when it comes to a video like that, is it have more of the members on screen when they're singing. Because what I was noticing, and something that I see a lot is that when people react to a lot of these, or people look at a lot of these sorts of videos, they think that because it's only focusing on the one, that automatically, because they're not seeing other people singing at that exact moment when there are harmonies, they assume automatically that it's a backing track. I don't believe it is by any means. So I want to, but this would basically alleviate that doubt just by having a second or third person in the frame at any one time, so that people could actually have a look and go, oh, okay, this is what they're doing. Because if people need to see things to believe things in a lot of cases. So that would be my only thing. As I was mentioning before, so as well, doing songs in the rounds, because what you'll notice, this particular recording of this will sound a little bit washed out as opposed to one on a regular stage that has an audience out the front. And the reason for that is that sound issue that I was mentioning earlier, where they will have, because they've got to have speakers going from the stage, right, pointing out to all corners of the audience, which is 360 degrees around them. The sound bounces off the walls and comes back to that center point, which is usually the microphone. And by the time it does that, it is far stronger than the sound that bounces back from the back of a wall in, say, a regular auditorium or a regular stage setup. So it's hard. It's hard to do it in those sorts of venues, but they are incredible venues. Seeing a band live like that is incredible. Seeing a recording of them, of a band like that, you do sometimes run into that issue with the sound, and there's just nothing you can really do about it. To be completely honest, it is what it is at that point. Nonetheless, I adore that. I think that was wonderful. And I hope you guys did as well. Please do leave suggestion down below for more of these guys' songs that I can have a listen to, because I really want to know more about what they do. And I believe people were saying that are they called the kings of K-pop, or the kings of vocal, or something? There's a title for these guys, and I see why. Because their voices are something else. Great voices, great talent, great performers. But anyway, I think they did a phenomenal job. I think they themselves are incredibly great, and I adore what they did. And I really want to see more. So thank you guys so much for watching. Like, if you've enjoyed, subscribe, do all that sort of thing. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now. Thanks for watching. If you like what you saw here today, feel free to support me on Patreon, like the wonderful people listed here, for as little as $3 Australian, which works out around $2 US, €2, or £1.50 a month. Also, if you're into gaming, I have recently rebooted my gaming channel, so feel free to go on over there and have a look. Links to both the gaming channel and Patreon in the description below.